So it got me thinking, you know, why not add another car to the channel? Just because before I had my two Jaguars, I had my Corvair, I had a few other cars that I never actually put on the channel. And so far I've been focusing on this car the most. So I know you guys are getting bored on this car, so we're gonna hop over to the next project. Let me show you what I got. Hey, this is a 1999 Jeep Cherokee XJ. Now this car is pretty sweet. I got a great deal on a guy who's selling this. This car is on a 4.5 rough country lift with big ass 33 tires. These tires are freaking brand new. Look how thick they are compared to this one. This car is still an XJ, but it's completely different from this one. Let me show you why. For starters, this car is not an automatic, it's a manual. Some people love manual. I personally never did. I took this car off-roading, and honestly I prefer automatic just because I can send the car up the hill with no problem while worrying about anything. Manually you have to pay more attention to what gear you have it in and all that. So that, I mean, it's not a deal breaker, but still, I mean, it's a manual. We'll leave it how it is. Let me pop the hood. Now the other thing that is different between these two cars is that this one has the 4.06 cylinder, this one has the 2.5 4 cylinders. This is a small engine. Is literally the exact same engine, except this one has 2 cylinders removed. And that, honestly, I prefer the 4.0. But the bright side about this one is that I have more room to work on, I guess. The previous owner told me that they replaced the head gasket and resurfaced the head. So that's one of the reasons why I bought it, just because I just did that head gasket job on that car, so I did not want to buy another car just to do the exact same job all over again. So that was one of the reasons why I bought it. So far this car has no leaks. The coolant and the oil was brand new when I bought it, so that's a plus. The only thing I really want to change in this car is this cone ram air filter. I want to get the original box back. I don't know why the guy did this. Probably, I guess, it's so that when he goes mudding and stuff, I guess water and mud doesn't get into the engine. But I prefer the box. The interesting thing about this one, it doesn't have a electric fan. It just has one big clutch fan here, which is not a problem. The car never overheats. It's always on the correct temperature. And what I love about this car is that it already came with a big metal steel bumper, and also came with the flares. This is all solid steel. It came with body armor all around the car, in the back here, even the door for the gas, and also the back bumper is all steel, which I love. All around the car is fully armored, so this car is really ready for off-roading or wheeling, since you guys are calling it wheeling now apparently. Also it comes with LED lights, which I love, because that means I don't have to do the wiring or anything like that. It's already pre-installed from the previous owner, and so far this car is pretty good. The car has a few issues that I need to address before I can get it inspected, which is not a problem. It's an XJ, parts are everywhere. Let me show you a few things. First, we're gonna have to change the door bushings, the common door bushings, because the door does not align correctly. See how that is? I had to get that fixed. The second thing is we're gonna crawl underneath the car. And by the way, I cleaned the rust and I spray painted it, so that's why it looks this clean. In reality, it was this ugly. Now it's this nice black. But the second thing is that to fix is we have a hole right there, and that's on the rear front passenger seat. I need to patch that up before I get more water in there and it causes more issue. I have one check engine light, which is the oxygen sensor being disconnected. Now I'm thinking I have a bad sensor. I checked the cable. There's a reason why the cables are exposed, because I was checking it. I can't find any breakage in the line, so I'm just gonna change it out. Hopefully that fixes the issue. It's not a big deal. I went ahead and also I sealed and cleaned the axles and the diff. The other thing to replace is the brake cables and the brake line, the brake hose in the front. I'm guessing the guy did it extended. The other thing I need to change will be the sway bar links. This one looks pretty shot. and looks ugly. The other side is completely missing. So I got a new sway bar link I'm gonna install. And that's pretty much it for repairs, I believe. Oh, and the other thing I need to repair is the notorious handle in the back that does not open. You see how it doesn't open? You have to kind of like press it, and then it opens. That's honestly a simple fix. Basically, you have to remove the trim and adjust whatever. I'm not sure if I want to put it in this video, or I'll put it in a later video just in case you guys are wondering how to fix that. And it came with a subwoofer. All right, so we got the car in the garage. Actually, it almost didn't fit, but luckily it had enough clearance to get the car in. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna remove the old sway bar link. This bolt that goes from here to here, these are hard to remove just because they have like these little splines that goes into this this bracket here. So I'm just gonna reuse that, and then I'm just gonna install new hardware on this side. So let's get to it, I guess. All right, so we got the sway bar link out. We're gonna go ahead and take out this bracket. I believe this is rough country because the one I have is rough country and looks exactly the same. So we're gonna remove this, and we're just gonna clean all the bolts and all the mating surface. I'm just gonna clean with brake fluid and then get a wire brush and just scrape some of the rust off. So we're gonna do that side. This side over here is already all set. The previous owner already removed it, so I'm just gonna clean it and then we can install the new one. Alright, so we're gonna let the paint dry. I just apply some of epoxy paint on it just so I prevent more rust from forming. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put the sleeve into the bushings, but before I do that, I want to use some kind of grease to lubricate it so it keeps the bushing somewhat healthy and lasts a bit longer. This stuff is really tacky. Right? And once you lubricate it, just go ahead and put it in. It should be easy. If it doesn't go all the way in, you can also use a vise. But this one looks like it's going in. Just gonna press it against the... Alright, this one's in. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest real quick, and then we can install the bracket in, and then we can put it back together. Alright, so we got the sleeve inside the bushing. Now we're gonna go ahead and put everything back together. I'm just gonna use some all-purpose grease on this and this just to keep it from seizing all the parts together. Alright, we can go ahead and put the bracket. The bracket goes like this. You have a bolt and a washer that we're gonna put in like this. So you wanna make sure it goes like this, because if you do it the other way around, the thread is not gonna let the sway bar sit correctly. And then that's basically it. You're gonna put it through the hole, put it on the other side, and you're good to go with that. So I managed to get the sway bar link in the bracket and on this bracket as well. For the passenger side, it's a lot harder. What I recommend is removing the bolt for the stabilizer, because you don't have enough clearance to get this hole bushing into the stud. So just remove that bolt and then just push it, wiggle it in. This one is a real pain in the ass. The other one came in nice and smoothly. This one was actually pretty hard. All right, so I got both sway bar aligned from that side and this side. I'm gonna go ahead and put the bolt that goes on top and put the nut, and we should be basically done. Both sides are exactly the same. As I said, this side right here is the hardest part, just because you don't have enough clearance to get that sway bar in. The other side is pretty simple. So all right guys, and we're basically done. I went ahead and tightened in all the bolts, all the nuts. I put the steering stabilizer bolt back, and it looks nice. Everything looks well fitted. So we're basically done for this part. All right guys, I'm gonna wrap up the video here. I want the video to be too long. If you guys got any comments, if you guys want to if you want me to modify the car differently this time, let me know down in the comments below. Also give me a thumbs up if you like the car. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. I will be posting more videos, more repair videos on this car as I go. So stay tuned for that. And as always guys, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. See you next time. Bye bye.